I'm telling you, only we get to do that, okay? Like, our red line is literally, you don't get to kill your own people. Like, if you try to kill your own people, we will kill you and then kill your own people for you. Official Nick Mullins says, an evil person is just someone whose story you haven't heard. Oh my God, if you fucking come to me with those Instagram captions, I will... Oh, Jesus. I know it's bait, but it's so bad that I can't take it. Okay? Which one's better, tzatziki or hummus? I like tzatziki more than hummus. Boys, it's top of the hour every hour. It's the first of the day. I'm going to do a 60-second ad break here. You already know what the deal is. If you no longer want to see the ads and you want to add free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription. You know, you can use it on your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. Here's the 6-second ad break now. Tzatziki over hummus was the last straw. Unsubbing now. Why are people mad at me because I said I still don't know what WandaVision is or where to watch it? Like, I want to fucking watch it. And now I know. I tweeted out that I am... I tweeted out that I wasn't aware of what it was, and everyone told me it's Disney Plus. And some people got, like, actually mad at me. I don't have Disney Plus, so I miss all the good shit. I miss The Mandalorian, which I hear is really good. I miss the fucking WandaVision shit, which I hear is really good. I saw an article, though. I saw someone write an article about WandaVision. Wait, hold on. That I find to be... Oh, there is nothing that screams fucking Obama-era culture war is back, baby, than this article title, okay? I'm sorry. This article title is better than anything you can come up with in your mind as an article or as a bit. Do you understand? Like, sometimes I think where we are in reality gets to a certain point where like reality and like political culture war gets to a certain point where it is impossible to discern whether what you are reading and seeing with your fucking eyes is satire or if it is a person demonstrating their real grievances, okay? And this is the perfect example. This is like an Onion article, okay? Basically an Onion article. In a recent episode of WandaVision, all new Halloween Spooktacular, the titular superhero Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, appears in a retro costume, red headband, leotard, tights and a cape, announcing that she's a Sokovian future teller. References a sidelong nod to the comic book character Wanda's Romani ethnicity that Olsen, a white actress, says she fought for. But it should be painfully obvious that neither the Scarlet Witch's headband nor leotard is a part of our culture. It is not, as Olsen offensively claimed, a gypsy thing. And passing it off as such only layers on the misrepresentation. Many Roma, like myself, are frustrated at a rare opportunity for major representation character boils down to a white lady in cosplay, especially with so many talented Roma actresses abound. The casual racism here in Czech Republic against Romani people is fucking insane, not gonna lie. Okay. The Romani people get shit on in Europe. Americans don't know what the fuck this is, okay? Like, Americans don't even know that like gypsy is a bad word for the most part. They've learned it recently, if they know. Okay? If I donate 15 subs, will you have enough money to buy a Disney Plus subscription? It's not about the money. I just like never have bought it. I don't know enough about Roma culture, okay? Romani culture. I don't know enough about fucking witchcraft and shit, but this notion that the article turns around and like literally starts talking about like her job as a Romani witch, okay? and how this is a very real thing and that you should be upset because it's a misrepresentation of her fucking job is, I'm sorry, something that I literally cannot fit inside of my brain, okay? I cannot simultaneously be an adult while also holding on to this notion that like witchcraft is a real fucking business and a real job that also has like ritualistic protocols that you have to abide by. Like, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I literally cannot do that. Okay? If you want to consider me to be a fucking, if you want to say that I am bigoted, if you want to say that I am bigoted because I do not believe that like witchcraft is a legitimate position or a legitimate fucking job, then go ahead. Like, I am not, you're not going to get that from me. I'm sorry. Okay? Set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, WandaVision presents a vintage sitcom world in which Wanda is suddenly reunited with her husband, the android superhero Vision, who had been killed in Marvel's Infinity Wars by Thanos. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? The few Roma who work as fortune tellers and witches like myself do not do so because we are magical, but because it's a job that we're historically forced into. Dude, oh my God. Oh, this article literally is like fucking... this article is literally like written by... I don't even know if it's The Onion. I feel like this is Babylon Bee at this point, okay? Roma are a diasporic ethnic group originating in the 10th century India, and when they arrived in Europe in the 1300s and 1400s, dark-skinned with many gods, they were relentlessly persecuted, enslaved, legally hunted, murdered, shunned off. Okay, this stuff I do know a bit about. Roma were allowed to work as performers, metal workers, horse traders, craftspeople, agricultural, palmistry, card reading, tea leaf, and coffee reading, and other forms of divination were brought by Roma from India and the Middle East. The Roma were consulted by Europeans on their magical, unchristian needs. Today, some Roma do call themselves witches and serve as healers and spellcasters in community. But make no mistake, being a witch is a job like any other. I was trained by my grandmother. I studied hard. I started a business, and I take bookings in my Google Calendar. This is the context most people miss when creating, or in this case, adapting Romani witch characters like Wanda Maximoff. And while the Scarlet Witch has plenty of magic, she does not need to fall into the stereotype nor have her identity erased.
Pog.
I don't think people are like legitimately upset about this, but the fact that like Mike.com thought, you know, this is a legitimate article that we should post, it says a lot about where fucking Mike.com is, okay?
I'm a Galal.
An alternate universe witch like is not abiding by the modern standards of like Romani witchcraft is the liberal version, is the overcorrective super woke version of like nerds who get mad that their favorite character is no longer like a white guy, okay? Still nowhere near as like a damaging nor as bigoted as the other because it does not tie back to like actual systemic oppression. It's just silly. You laugh at it and you fucking move on. Whereas the other one, it legitimately is a reinforcement of pre-existing systemic struggles, right? But the fact that this is not satire, and the fact that someone fucking wrote this and was like legitimately upset about it is something that I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Okay. We can scoff at the article itself, but we don't need to be rude towards the practice of the Romani, you know? Yeah, like the practice that we're talking about, where like you are a doing witchcraft with your in your fucking Google Calendar. Okay, I got it.
Yee boy.
Why is it not okay to make fun of the jobber, a priest or rabbi, but okay to make fun of another culture's spiritual practitioner? I mean, it depends on what the fucking priest or rabbi is doing. I feel like a lot of monotheistic Abrahamic religions oftentimes end up getting normalized to the degree where like people kind of know it and they're in on it. They know that it's like not taken that seriously. And if someone were to take it to that degree, like if someone wrote an article about like Catholicism is getting a bad rap in movies, I would fucking dunk on that as well. You know what I mean? Or if someone was writing an article about like how tithes actually give you you know, you're buying real estate in heaven, and the fact that someone was criticizing it, they're manipulating the process that has been around for fucking centuries, I would absolutely obliterate that shit. Do you understand? I'm not fucking, I dunk on priests and shit all the goddamn time. Do you get it? Do you understand? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, being against the prosperity gospel is now hate speech. Like that's your Christianity focused take. Yeah, if the hydroxychloroquine demon sperm doctor / preacher wrote an article about it, it would get shit on relentlessly, and it did. I found that shit and I made fun of her. Why aren't you fucking losing your mind over the fact that that is a cultural practice that I'm shitting on? Like, come on. There is a level of like spirituality and a belief in your religion that is understandable, that a lot of people abide by and a lot of people engage in. And then there's a level beyond it. This is the level beyond it, which is why it's funny. And of course, I'm going to fucking make fun of it. Holy shit. You claim to not believe in potion making, but make tea and GTRP that gives you more money producing power. Curious. As someone who's Wiccan, I don't understand this. There are plenty of resources out there to learn about Wicca in a more helpful way, but that doesn't mean Sabrina the Teenage Witch isn't an entertaining TV show. If you don't want to buy Disney Plus, you can watch both The Mandalorian and WandaVision at Flick Store. It's a website with HD. I think no ads. Straight up Google search it. Maybe. What's your opinion on Romani people as European, Hassan? I've otherwise heard kinda and nice Europeans online go crazy when discussing them. Yes. They are, the Romani people are more often than not, unfortunately subjected to, because of centuries of cruelty and oppression, really horrific socioeconomic conditions. Therefore, there is a never-ending cycle of violence and poverty that is associated with Romanis. That's why like gypsy is considered a slur in Europe. And that's it. It's like the same shit that you see in America for black people.
Comrade.
As far as I'm aware, people practicing Romani witchcraft don't seem to be doing anyone any harm. I don't know why you're combative against it. It's still a bit of a lib article. No, I'm not combative against fucking people reading tea leaves and shit, dude. I'm making fun of a fucking article that like takes that into the next level by like taking it super seriously. And the example exists for every single fucking thing. Okay, this would be the exact same reaction that I have regardless of whatever the religious practice is, if it's taking it this fucking seriously. And I gave you a couple different examples of it. I don't know why like leftists love to jump to the you're doing, you know, toxicity and you're combating. Like you use such, ironically, the word I'm going to use here is combative. You use such aggressive and combative language. Like nothing is just lying, it's gaslighting. Nothing is just like fucking jokes. It's you know, there's like you're manifesting toxicity or some shit. Like, yeah, you're toxic. You're toxic. You're toxic. You're not like, yeah, I'm fucking toxic. Anyway. Would you call this article reactionary? No, it's not reactionary. It's just like over the top, overcorrective liberalism, and that's it. I don't know how else to fucking describe it. Son, you are not toxic. You just have weird opinions sometimes. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. So I should be laughing about Muslims praying in the direction of Mecca or praying 5 times a day. I don't get your take. If someone wrote a fucking article about how a Muslim character was not literally fucking praying towards the direction of Kaaba, okay, and that is actually a microaggression against Islam, I would fucking make fun of that, okay? Anyway. Does the same argument apply to indigenous representation? I get what you're saying now. Before it sounded like you were just shitting on people for doing tarot reading and stuff. I mean, I don't believe in the tarot reading shit at all, but I don't also see it any differently than like, as long as it's not harming anybody, I don't see it all that differently than whatever the fuck people believe in as far as religion goes.
Sit down with a school teacher or a construction worker or a small business owner or a cook at a restaurant or the waitress at the restaurant we're at. And they're not talking about esoteric things that the Ivy League talks about or MSNBC talks about. They're talking about the Bible.
Yeah, they're not talking about esoteric things like the Ivy League talks about. They're always talking about New York Times columnists that are getting fired for saying the N-word. I went into a diner the other day, folks, and the real salt of the earth guys are talking about how... The real salt of the earth guys are not talking about how, like, whether they're going to make enough money at the end of the month to, you know, pay for their fucking rent or whatever. They're actually talking about whatever the fuck conservatives have decided to talk about on any particular moment. Like, let me tell you something, okay?
Hassle.
Anyone who tries to tell you, like, oh, I totally understand what the fucking working class is doing is just, they're silly as fuck, okay? Especially because the working class is incredibly fucking diverse. The American working class is white, black, brown, Asian. The American working class is has prominent LGBT members in it. So, like, a trans person talking about trans issues does not take away from their status as a fucking working class individual. Okay, there are certain things that the working class unites upon. That is having shit bosses. Okay, that is exploitation. That is, whether they recognize it or not, they are still. That is still happening. You know what I mean? Whether fucking shit customers, if they're in the retail industry. That's the stuff that the working class unites upon. Anything beyond that where you're like, no, the working class is actually always talking about how they want to be able to say the N-word, betrays the reality that there are black and brown individuals within the American working class. Okay? It's like a really fucking white-centric, ironically, super liberal take to just hyper focus on whatever the fuck the media class has cultivated within their own echo chambers about what the fuck the American working class is and what the fuck the American working class is constantly talking about and agitated by. Okay? And there is a level, right? There is a level of trying to desperately create a picture of the American working class that revolves around like white coal miners, the mythical white coal miner, right? That's what Republicans do regularly, and try to create this imagery that the white working class, they all wear hard hats, you know, they whistle at women, that are walking by the construction yard and they work in fucking coal mines. Okay, that's the American working class and nothing else. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that does not exist anymore. As a matter of fact, that never really existed. It was just totally fucking made up. That isn't to say that, like, there aren't overcorrective liberal opinions that certainly do not demonstrate the needs or interests of anyone, barring like a very, very, very small percentage. Okay, that most people would consider to be foolish and ridiculous to even talk about. Latinx is a great example of this. Like, saying Latinx it makes you look like a fucking clown in front of most Latino people. And most Hispanic people, like, they will look at you, especially if you're like a white dude, as like you're being ridiculous. Having said that, though, there's and I'm not going to fully get into this. I've talked about this issue like a gajillion times. Okay, there are still Latinx people, okay, that want to use the term because they are non-binary, and this is a non-binary way of designating a group of people. Okay, and they themselves are fighting within their own communities against transphobia and shit. So whenever someone talks about themselves as Latinx, I usually will be nice and be kind and go along with it. You understand? But having said that, when I'm referring to Latino people, I'm not going to say Latinx in general, unless someone asks me to refer to them that way. Okay?
Balls in my
Why didn't they
face.
just say Latin? Isn't that gender neutral? Sounds less dumb. No, it's Latine, actually. Regardless. The point is that there are certain things that most people don't even think about and will make you look ridiculous if you're talking to a normal person that isn't brain poisoned by being extremely online. Right? You get it? Like, that's one of those things. I'm just using that as like I'm using that because it's a really good example that people immediately recognize. Anyway, but like, the American working class isn't fucking losing their minds over the fact that the American working class isn't losing their minds over the fact that, like, you know, Mr. Potato Head is fucking gender neutral or whatever, okay? One way or the other. And if they are, then that's silly as shit. You're kind of privileged if that's what your fucking main concern is. I don't think a single fucking trans person in this country, and I mean this with all of my fucking heart, I don't think a single fucking trans person in this country is like, oh my God, my material conditions have improved dramatically now that I know Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr., but a fucking NB. All right? Like, not a single person, with the exception of like a trans person that is already incredibly fucking privileged otherwise, is going to be like, this is brilliant, this is incredible, this is a gigantic step in recognizing trans people in society. You get it? Do you understand? Like, maybe Charlotte Clymer, but that's pretty much it. It's a potato.
Bible and faith.
Try not to generalize. It takes millions of people. Okay, I'll do the other thing then. If there's I'll go to this length then, and you can consider me to be transphobic then. Here, watch me say something that you will take out of context and get upset about. If a trans person genuinely and legitimately thinks that Mr. Potato Head becoming gender neutral is actually an important step in fucking ending transphobia, then they're fucking delusional. Okay, are you happy? Like, Which is precisely why I don't think most fucking trans people believe that this is a legitimate step towards, ending transphobia. At least most trans people in my community are on my side on this issue. It's a potato. Like, the counter to this argument, if the counter to this argument is it's a fucking potato, there is no argument there, okay?
And prayer and their family, hard work, supporting the police, standing for the anthem, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 10th Amendment. I sit down with a school teacher or a construction worker or a small...
Okay. Young Zoe. Hi, Hassan. Oh, here we go. Please do not speak on issues you don't know. The moment I heard about Potato Head, all oppression left my body, and I sang Fight Song with a New Power. I'm sorry. My favorite trans chatter has spoken out against this issue. I rescind my statement. I will be apologizing in a twit longer later today. Please expect it. Turns out, Potato...
Hi.
Mr. Potato... I don't even know. Potato Head? Is that what we're saying? Potato Head is... Yeah, I will be apologizing for the toxicity that I engaged in. If anything, the people who are triggered by it will likely double down on transphobia and worse in the situation. I mean, the people that are fucking transphobic, like Ben Shapiro, will literally use any opportunity they can to be transphobic. Like, no matter what happens. I mean, we watch enough Ben Shapiro videos to like know that like what is something that you think is virtually impossible to be transphobic on, right? Like, how can you bring something back to gender? Ben Shapiro will find a way. Do you understand? He will find a way to literally turn everything. Like, he is way more gender obsessed than a fucking freshman at a liberal arts college who is going through their first like gender and sexuality course. Okay, he is significantly more gender crazy than like fucking Portland moms and dads living in a polyamorous relationship, trying to ensure that their like children are non-gendered no matter what, and like taking it to the next level. Okay, Ben Shapiro is one of the most gender obsessed people on this fucking planet. This is his bread and butter. He taught me women don't get wet. How is he not the foremost expert of genders? Exactly. I literally didn't even know this was a thing until I started watching streams today. It won't affect any of us in any way aside from Chud's having another thing to claim we're being snowflakes over. It couldn't care less about the ding dang potato lol. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the real offense is fucking having a character by the name of Potato Head. I mean, this is you're literally being super patophobic if we're being honest. I think the Irish should be deeply offended by this this disgusting I would go so far as to say like blackface. I mean, potato face. Why is the AP reporting on a children's toy? Because people are bored, okay? Because we are now at that level back again. It's good again, okay? The media is fucking the media is bored of they don't have Trump. They don't have like a beacon to they don't have a easy way to define how fucking good they are or how liberal they are or how conservative they are. And Trump was that person, okay? When Trump was when Trump was the guy, liberals could show you how fucking woke they are by saying orange man bad, and Republicans could show you how fucking Republican they are, how conservative they are by saying Orange Man good. Now that the Orange Man is gone, I say I need presidential bussy, but that's just me. I'm single. I'm singularly on this point. Okay, I miss Trump's bussy, but that's besides the point. Now that that has gone away, what has to happen is another way for people to draw their fucking boundaries, to show what camp they're in, and to consistently play the role. And the way that these people do it is by going back to the regular old bullshit culture war issues that they act like they give a fuck about. That's it. You understand? And that's why people are writing articles like WandaVision is disrespectful to the Romani and witchcraft is a legitimate profession.
What were your thoughts on the violent insurrection?
But don't forget, people that take that shit seriously, that like that Mike article, those are like, I'm making fun of it because I think it's funny. It's a brief aside. That should not be a representation of liberalism to you at all. No one is at that level, okay? That's just a unique voice, and it's funny, so we're just going to read it, and we're going to laugh at it, and we're going to move on. But what you need to recognize is, like, there are going to be people on the center or the centrist, like, anti-SJW circuits that will now use things like that as though they are the representation of the entirety of the left. And you have to recognize that that is bullshit. They're going to go back to, like, the freshmen at college campuses with the blue hair that's, like, upset about, systemic racism is actually hysterical, ridiculous, systemic racism doesn't exist, blah, 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 and that they are also in control of the entirety of American civilization now. They have their hands on the fucking, they have the reins of power. Like, that's what the anti-SJWs are going to do. That's what people like Glenn Greenwald are going to fucking focus on as well, because he seems to be, like, moving to that camp aggressively. You use QAnon and say it's the definition of the entire right. So, no, I don't see QAnon as the definition of the entire right, dumbass. Shut the fuck up. No, if there is an idea that is pervasive within the conservative, like cultural conservatism, it's not fucking QAnon. Okay? QAnon is, unfortunately, for how psychopathic it is, very popular within the Republican Party. Okay? But when I'm talking about like Republicans and things that they believe in, it's white supremacist undertones, like white nativist immigration policies. These are, or denying systemic racism exists. Like, these are very real things that most Republicans overwhelmingly believe.
Incited by Trump at the Capitol.
Oh my God, that's all such a lie. That was all the left. We have all the proof. There's tons of proof.
January 6th was a plan that was pre-planned by the Democrats.
I knew that it was pre-organized by Antifa.
What did you think of what happened?
Fucking Donnie O'Sullivan is back.
6th of January, the violent insurrection. What did you think of that?
That's what you guys call it, the insurrection?
What would you call it?
Well, I call it a movement by the communists to make it look like Trumpers did it. That's what I call it.
So many Trump supporters arrested at it.
Well, that's what you guys say. I don't believe that. You prove it to me.
I mean, there's all the indictments.
I mean, whatever you guys say, I don't believe any of it.
Right.
To tell you the truth.
These Trump supporters are in denial about what happened on January 6th, and some believe in QAnon.
What's going to happen at some point is there'll be arrests, and that'll include a lot of the line media, and then there'll be military tribunals.
They keep saying that for
Well,
years, and it's not
hasn't
happened.
been years. It hasn't been years.
It's been since 2017. It's been years
Believe
now.
me, we're taking it. This is a 6,000-year-old death cult.
Right.
You can't take it down that quick.
I understand you're a very passionate Trump supporter, right? But
Yes.
you surely can admit that the people who stormed the Capitol were Trump supporters.
No, I definitely cannot. In fact, you're talking to the right person, because I can send you tons of footage that shows that was all the left dressed up, the Antifa, the BLM, dressed up as Trump supporters.
Come on.
It is my hope that President Trump comes back as the 19th president of the United States.
Yes!
Under the...
This is my favorite one, dude. This is, oh God, I fucking love these people so much. I mean, come on. Oh, the 19th president thing is like all of the presidents, what is it? Like all the presidents are actually fake, and we've only had 18 presidents or some shit before.
1776, and
it's so good
that he is inaugurated on March 4th. That is my hope for our future.
Some have bought into a new conspiracy theory that Trump will return as the 19th president on March 4th. Why? Well, they have misinterpreted an 1871 law and believe Ulysses S. Grant, who was inaugurated on March 4th, 1869, was America's last legitimate president. It may all sound bizarre, but online...
Someone said they're the American Shia now. What an incredible reference. Yes. This is it.
Discussion about March 4th has been a contributing factor in the decision to keep the National Guard in Washington, D.C.
Are you going to feel foolish on March 5th when Biden's still president?
Then Trump has a different plan in play.
Bro, I like that she's already, like, at some level you gotta recognize that you're being fucked, right? At some level you gotta recognize that you're being duped. Because, like, she preemptively is already setting up ways in which, she will be fucked over, but then she will justify it. Do you see what I'm saying? She has to recognize it. She has to recognize it.
Everybody keeps saying Trump has a plan. He has a plan. When he lost the election, they said he has a plan. He's still going to
Trump
stay that.
didn't lose the election, sir.
But he did.
Trump did not lose the election, and that's where we differ.
Right.
And that's where I believe the information that Mike Lindell has put out.
The pillow guy.
Of all of...
Like, this group is getting smaller and smaller. Like, make no mistake. I think at this point, it's just like media fancy. We just like looking at like crazy people, and that's pretty much it. We just like putting a mic on crazy people, and these people are very entertaining because of their delusions. Like, this is not the representation of the entirety of the Republican Party at all. It wasn't, but now it's like, especially since like Trump lost the election, pretty obviously. It's just ridiculous. Like, this is just like, they can't even hold it up in their news cycles, right? Because of threats, like legal threats. They can't even consistently reinforce this narrative. That actually puts a gigantic burden on a lot of these people, right? They would be more willing to believe and accept these things if, Newsmax and One American News Network were actually consistently pumping this shit out. But now it's just like Mike Lindell, Mike Pillow, right? Mr. Pillow, and like a couple other Facebook groups. But they have been eradicated from the internet. Like, these misinformation networks have been either eradicated from the internet or been sued into oblivion, so they can't actually get on board with it. Someone said, ask them to put money on it. I think it's a pretty good way to do it. 100%. It's like, oh, really? Will you bet $1,000 on it? That's a pretty good way to effectively dismantle that point of view, because, like, deep down inside, they probably don't believe in it. You know what I mean? If there is somewhere down there, if there's a real person in there, like, they will just not fucking bet on it. There's no way.
The abuse, corruption, stealing.
So you trust a man more who sells pillows than the Republican officials in Georgia?
Oh, absolutely.
But do you realize that sounds
Let me
crazy.
just tell you that the people in Georgia are sick.
And while most of the world looks on in horror at a deadly military coup in Myanmar, that's exactly what these Trump supporters hope to see happen here in the United States of America.
This whole thing with Biden is just, he's like a puppet president. The military is in charge. It's going to be like Myanmar, what's happening in Myanmar. The military is doing their own investigation, and at the right time, they're going to be restoring the republic with Trump.
Why is it not like Myanmar?
What's going on in Myanmar right now? The government took over and they're redoing the election.
Would you like to see it happen?
Absolutely.
I would like to see it happen.
Really?
Yes.
You know why? Because the election was stolen from us.
I never would have believed CNN would have given me a chance to speak the truth.
No.
What a miracle. Praise God.
I mean, but we're going to say in our news report that QAnon is a conspiracy theory. You don't believe QAnon is a conspiracy theory?
Oh, I know it isn't. I know it isn't. And I'm not much for believing. I have to know.
It's Myanmar. The U.S. Army uses video games to recruit new soldiers, casually spend high school. Okay, well, we're not going to look at all that right now. I wanted to look at live stream fails a little bit as well, and then I'm going to jump into No Pixel. Sim says the N-word. Uh-oh, here we fucking go. This is in my city of Ventura, right by the Ojai. Oh, yeah. Ventura has a lot of fucking freaks and shit.
Suck up my pillow, dude.
Pepela, here we go. I fucking doubt it. I haven't seen this yet, but I highly fucking doubt that he said it. Like, high-key doubt it. I hope I'm not wrong, but let's see. I have some chuds in my high school class made up entirely. It's a bait, please.
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike today. I'm down to go on a hike tomorrow. Actually, I can't tomorrow, but why Tuesday, bro? Let's go Monday.
N-bomb, Myth, wait, what? Nice to see you playing with Cross. Everyone is like...
Dude, you know what I like?
He said lol.
You don't like what?
Oh, I'm dead.
Not a hard R, so he's good, right? I mean, it would be the dumbest thing on the planet if he was publicly, even if like Myth was okay with him saying it in private to him in their conversations, which I doubt. Even it would be the dumbest thing for him to literally just so casually drop that in front of thousands of people on fucking stream. Okay? Do you understand? I think like it would be fucking insane. Like that's the most insane fucking thing. There's no fucking way. Especially because like Myth joked about giving him a pass a minute later. Yeah, it's probably one of those instances where it sounds like he was trying to say something else in the middle of the conversation and it comes across like this. And then because he's literally talking to Myth in the chat about going on a fucking hike and Myth is just joking about giving him a pass or whatever. You guys are being ridiculous, dude. I'm sorry. Like, this is the most ridiculous fucking thing on the planet.
Are worse in terms of warmongering
like,
than the Republicans?
Like, he would have to be the kind of person who, like, literally fucking drops that casually and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. See? Come on, bro. I heard it. Like, he's even fucking joking about it. Like, then what did he say? I don't fucking know. Go ask him. Come on, Hassan. What could he possibly meant? Just watch there. Myth is in on the joke. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Can you wish me a happy birthday?
First of all, there is no giving a pass in this circumstance. Okay, like I don't think he's like literally trying to fucking say the N-word so casually, especially because like. He's not like, this is not like the type of thing that he would say normally or at all. No way there's so many of them in this chat. I definitely think the boy just slipped. Like he accidentally just said it. I fucking doubt it. Why are you defending him? Just because he's a big streamer? He obviously says it in private and let it slip during a stream. Because I don't think he says it in private. That's why. But I don't know. Maybe he does. And maybe he did let it slip. In which case, you know, that's pretty fucked up.
I think you're wrong here, bud.
This is not cap, bro. We'll find out more. Do you know him personally? I know him as far as playing Rust with him. I like him a lot. I think he's a very nice person. I would be shocked that if he was like casually fucking dropping the N-word and shit like that. Streamer bias is disgusting. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. When I shit on other streamers that fuck up, nobody's like, you're fucking attacking streamers. You just want me to attack every single fucking streamer all the fucking time and not apply the exact same fucking the exact same metrics that I would apply to every single fucking person. To every single fucking person. Like, he didn't even do like a, look at him. He didn't even do like a fucking, what do you call it? Like, oops, I fucked it up. I fucked up. Like, he probably isn't even fucking aware.
I'm down to go on a hike today. I'm down to go on a hike tomorrow. Actually, I can't tomorrow, but why Tuesday, bro? Let's go Monday.
Like, I love you guys because this is the exact same fucking shit that like haters of mine try to do all the fucking time. Okay? Like when they cut out the fucking Nicaragua take that the Nazis fucking literally used all the time. They used to use it all the goddamn time. Is it so hard to believe a white kid would say the N-word? No, absolutely not. No, it's not. But I think... Why are you defending him? He said the N-word. What else could he be saying? Myth is laughing because it's awkward. Weird take from you. Okay, guys. This is one of the most fun things that people love to do on the fucking internet, okay? Love to do it for Pokimane. Love to do it for whoever the fuck. This is basically how the left and liberals jerk the fuck off. And Republicans do this shit too when it's a liberal person that they do not like. It is one of the cringiest fucking things to the degree that it's so fucking annoying and it's so fucking dumb that like it's literally a rule on LSF. The he said it takes being taken down is literally a fucking rule on LSF specifically because of how pervasive this shit is. Okay? If this is something he casually says and he's dropping it here, then it's really fucked up. No fucking question. But with all of my fucking experiences with Symphony, okay, and I don't know him all that well, but I've played video games with him from time to time. He is a very nice kid, okay? There is, like, he does not strike me as the type of person who casually drops the fucking N-word when he's having conversations in private. If he actually is, and this is a circumstance where he, like, lets it slip, it's fucked up. White dude vouches for white dude. Meanwhile, the white dude didn't say the N-word. I like that we are having this conversation as though it's a white guy defending another white guy saying the N-word, when in fact, it's a conversation that a white guy was having with their black friend, and you are implying that he called the black friend the N-word and not like, and casually let it slip. The racial component in this does not fucking matter whatsoever. Which is why I'm not like saying, oh, well, he's like talking to a black person. Just say you don't know what happened and don't defend an obvious bad thing. No, because, no, fuck you, actually. Fuck yourself. Motherfuckers try to do this with RTBA and shit too, being like, oh, why don't you fucking, take down your mod because he was a fucking asshole back in the day. Like, no, fuck that. I've always been fucking consistent on this, and I will continue to be fucking consistent on it. If he actually is casually fucking saying the N-word in private conversations as well, and he let it slip, then it's really fucked up. That is racist as fuck. He might not recognize it, but it's still fucking racist.
White kids call each other the N-word in white neighborhoods. They don't say it to be racist. This is one of those things.
I used to watch Sim and was a part of his community. Sim's a really good kid. Yeah, he's not... I don't think he's like the type of person who fucking casually drops the N-word in private conversations. Throwing RTB under the bus, nice. What do you mean? I fucking defended him and I will continue to defend him. People are being fucking ridiculous. No one is canceling him. He said it, bro. No need to defend this. No, you motherfuckers want him to say it, dude. This shit fucking is so fucking cancerous. It's so fucking cancerous, dude. No, he fucking said it. You guys do this shit like you don't understand. This shit happens to me too, okay? Sometimes I say some shit that literally sounds like it, and because I have straight up an entire fucking library of content literally going against this worldview, that only then do people recognize like, okay, maybe Hassan is not fucking racist. The expectation that the only time you think a person is not saying the N-word is if he's like literally fucking a political commentator is ridiculous, okay? If he said it, and if he casually talks about it in private conversations, whether it's with Myth or whether it's with anybody else, from my point of view, that's fucked up. But I don't think he actually said it. I don't think he actually fucking was using it in that way. It sucks because it's a situation where it looks like he casually dropped it. That's still psychopathic for him to literally casually out of nowhere in front of like however many thousand people that are watching him to literally use the fucking M-word like that. It sounds insane. Why would he apologize for it? If he apologizes for it, that's entirely different. Then he's like, then he actually fucking said it. Look. Read what Myth said in the VOD chat? Yeah, I did.
I mean, Myth,
that's the worst. That's the worst fucking part about it is that like Myth probably is like in a situation where he like thought that he literally said it. Okay, and he's like trying to save the situation by saying, come on, bro, I heard it, and like joking about it, okay? Maybe stop taking the bait. It's clear some people in here just want to get a gotcha clip chimp out of you. No, I think I have a legitimately cancerous group of fucking individuals. What do you mean casually saying it? Like you're saying it's wrong if he says it casually the way he used it with Myth? Yes, I think that even in a casual private conversation, even if your black friends are like, yeah, you're, yeah, dude, go ahead, say it. I wouldn't do it. Okay? I used to, and I would not do it. Because ultimately, you fucking use the M-word in private, you're going to accidentally let it slip in public. Okay? Which is part of the reason why so many people in here are literally right now, currently, taking the position that this person probably says the M-word all the time casually and accidentally let it slip. Used to Pepela? What do you mean? This is not new shit. Yeah, this is not new at all. If you want to fucking cancel me because I say that like yeah, I've used the N-word of the past, like go ahead, fuck you, suck my fucking cock, you dumb motherfucker. Grow the fuck up, idiot. How the fuck is it toxic to call someone out for using the N-word? It's toxic to assume immediately that he was fucking literally saying it because it sounds like he was saying it. Especially if, like, this person has never done anything fucking racist. This person is, like, overall a very nice person that is not the type of person that, like, does racist shit all the fucking time. And it was like touch and go until now. Then it's understandable. If you see someone like Steven Crowder say it, yeah, then of course he like fucking probably let it slip. If you see someone who's otherwise like toxic and like constantly fucking saying racist shit or constantly saying like reactionary shit who ultimately lets it slip, then it's understandable. It's probably somewhat it's understandable because he probably does say it and he's letting it slip. But if it's like someone like TF Blade, for example, or if it's someone like Symphony, like who otherwise isn't like that at all, then it makes no goddamn sense to immediately jump to conclusions. Never said the word in my life. I don't think so, man. Yeah. I mean, he's in here right now. Go fucking yell at him if you want. Just kidding. Don't do that. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I'm telling you. What did he say then? I don't even know. Letting it slip, just saying it's your homie and move on. Boys. I've said this a million fucking times over, and I will repeat myself once again. Watch the VOD of his response after. Did he respond to it? Something similar happened to a league streamer named TF Blade who got banned for saying the N-word even though he just said idiots but had an accent. Yes, this is real. It's plausible that Sim could have said something else. Also, more you train yourself to hear the N-word, the more it sounds like the N-word, LMFAO. Yeah, it's like there is a... You guys remember the fucking blue dress or gold dress shit back in the day? I think it was like 2015 or something. I don't know. You know how like there is certain things like that people look at and it sounds... like the Laurel, whatever the fuck, Laurel and Yanny. It's like that. Every time there's a fucking N-word video out there, every time there is a he said it or did he say it or did he not say it video out there, it literally turns into Laurel Yanny, okay? Where like, did he say Laurel? Did he say Yanny? Did he say Laurel? Did he say Yanny? You have to look at whether this person is the type of person who would fucking say racist things or have racist beliefs, who casually fucking likely says it in private and is now accidentally letting it slip in public before you start fucking launching accusations like this shit. And no, I will fucking defend Symphony here once again. I don't think he's the type of person who fucking casually drops the N-word in private conversations. Okay? Bro, he gave you scrap and rust. He definitely can't say the N-word. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm defending him because he gave me scrap and rust, dumbass. Dude, ugh. You guys are so fucking cringe. Like, you're so insanely fucking cringe when you operate this way. You're literally everything that... you're not being funny, okay? You're not stun locking me. You're not being fucking funny. You are just you are bastardizing your entire worldview when you do shit like this, okay? It triggers the fuck out of me when people just like weaponize social justice or fucking literally turn it into something so trivial and so meaningless. When you go around and you're like, no, he definitely said the N-word. He's a racist person now. And anyone who fucking does not think he actually said the N-word because they know him a little bit more than this one fucking clip that I saw. There's no other way. He definitely said it. I heard it. He's definitely saying it. And anyone who fucking says, hold on, like, this is not the type of person that he is at all. Well, fuck that guy. You're racist too. Like, anyone who operates this way is just, you're silly. You're like adopting social justice. Adopting social justice for you is just simply fun and games on the internet. You don't really care. No one is saying he's racist. He slipped up, but he definitely said it. You're missing context. He could be like you used to be and say it because he raps to himself and listening to rap music and he slipped. That doesn't mean he's racist, dude. He's such a nice kid. There's no way this video of him clearly saying the N-word in 1080p, 60 FPS is real. Hasanabi probably. Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, motherfucker. There are people who definitely... There are people you know are probably using the N-word casually and it fucking comes out. That's entirely different than like a person that... in my opinion, likely doesn't fucking use the N-word casually to turn around and like let it slip on accident. I'm revoking your invite to the barbecue. Yeah, fuck your barbecue then. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm fucking Pogo. Racist too. Go ahead, call me fucking racist as well.
Pogo. It's
go ahead, write fucking your canceled cis Twitter takes about how leftists are so unaware of the black plight or some shit. You know, I don't understand systemic racism now. I'll be honest, at Myth, you need to apologize. He didn't say it, mostly because he's too dorky to have said it. He talks like a 14-year-old with ADHD. This isn't cool. Azan defense? Is that what I said? Okay, let's